It is our pleasure to welcome in a man who was recently featured on our Deep Blue segment, Cody Fueger, basketball assistant coach for the BYU men's team on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Cody, obviously, Mark Pope has his own show. When are we starting the Cody Fueger show?
I don't know. I think I got a little while for that to happen. Nobody brings the juice like Coach Pope to his shows.
Yeah, listen, as the producer of that show, it's pretty fun and easy. He's a great main character, right, in it. So let's talk about your Deep Blue, and then we'll talk about the game. So first off, the bowl cut was amazing. There's a picture of that with Rick Majerus. And then a lot of great reaction from players. We knew you were a player coach, but that was really emphasized by the reaction from that. What did that mean to you?
It means a lot, because you do this for them, right? That's why I'm in this profession, because you want to see them succeed. You want to see them, get better every day. That's our mantra around here. But it's cool to see that you have a slight impact in their lives, and you try to make it better every single day.
Cody, if you win the West Coast Conference tournament, in whatever fashion that may mean, will you bring back the bowl cut?
A couple of the players have been talking to me, trying to get me to. I was actually going to try to get a haircut today, but I didn't have time. So we'll see. If we win it, let's go. I'm in.
I like that. Hey, Ben, write that down. Write that down. That's awesome. And let's talk about the games, because certainly you guys go on the road and you just take care of business. At Pacific, 28-point win. At LMU, you beat them by 17 or 18. What did it mean to go on that trip and after a 10-day layoff, get two big wins?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, that 10 days after losing to Gonzaga, it's a long time, a lot of practices. Our guys were really looking forward to hitting somebody else. We really focused on physicality. We really focused on our communication during those 10 days. So our guys were so focused and locked in and playing for each other. The other thing we were talking about was protecting the ball, and our guys did a great job of that. Our two lead guards, Brandon Averitt and Alex Barcelo, finished the weekend with 20 assists and 5 turnovers. I mean, it was just a great weekend. Caleb Lohner rebounded, played so well. Matt Harms, his physicality took a huge step. I could go down the line on each one of our guys that came to play really hard and played for each other. It was a great weekend.
BYU basketball assistant coach Cody Fueger on BYU Sports Nation. During Saturday's broadcast, the CBS analysts were gushing about the current state of BYU basketball, so much so that they said this year's team is better than last year's team, which kind of put all of BYU Sports Nation on pause. And they said it's not close. Cody, what do you think about that statement?
It's pretty. I don't know what to say about that statement, to tell you the truth. Last year's team was incredible, and this year's team is really good in a lot of ways too. As I think we're still growing as a team this year. But right now, I think they're talking about a lot of our defensive efficiency numbers, because that took a huge jump. This year, our adjusted defensive efficiency, right now we're 27th in the country, and last year we were 60th in the country. So I think we've taken a huge jump defensively. We're a lot better, and then offensively we're 30th this year in adjusted offensive efficiency, and last year we were 7th. So I think they're just talking about those two numbers, just how we've taken a big step defensively, where we went from 60th to 27 this year, and like our guys are still getting better, still getting to know each other, and I think we're starting to hit our stride at the right time.
It's the best BYU defensive number, as you brought up, since 2008. That's saying a lot. There was some great defense at BYU, so that's notable. And now you look at what this team has in front of it. San Francisco and St. Mary's this week, 2 big home games to try and close out the regular season, a rescheduling shift from the league. What's in store this week, and 2 big ones as you try and hold serve as a single-digit seed in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 huge games. I mean, San Francisco, they're one of those teams that can beat anybody on any night because they shoot a ton of threes, and they have two really quick guards that can make really high level plays, are really good defensively. And then St. Mary's, we all know about St. Mary's, right? They're one of the slowest paced teams in the country that make you earn everything on the offensive end. They're a tough, hard-nosed team, really physical. This week we really need to do a great job of taking care of business at home, and I think we're actually going to have some fans in the stands this week, so we're excited about that.
Fingers crossed for that. Cody Fueger with us on BYU Sports Nation.
Do we know how many?
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if it's right or not.
Well, strike it from the record.
Well, hopefully we do.
Strike it from the record.
Hopefully we do, because I've been waiting. You guys have been waiting, and it'd be nice to get at least some fans in there. I imagine it'd be something like 1,000 or 2,000 or something if they get them in there, but that'd be awesome. Okay, if fans are in the stands this week, what does that do for the team? What kind of energy will that bring?
I think it just brings so much. You know, every game this year has kind of felt like a closed door scrimmage, where it's just been our bench the whole time that's been outstanding, cheering for each other, right? Best locker room in America. And then it's just going to give us an extra jolt. You know, our guys love playing in front of people, and I think they'd all be really excited about it.
Well, can you blame people for wanting to show up after what BYU basketball did last weekend? Good gravy. Team's playing at an all-time high this season, and Caleb Lohner is a big part of that. What has changed for Caleb in the last few weeks to do what Mark Pope said he did, and that is take the jump?
Yeah, Caleb's one of those guys who, I mean, you saw it from the beginning of the season to right now, right, where he's one of those guys that puts a ton of work in, you know. He's in the offices a lot, right? He'll spend a ton of time in here. He wants to watch film. He is just trying to figure out ways to get better. And then he's on the court shooting. He shoots so much. And he's one of those guys that he's a pleaser. He just wants to get better. He wants to help this team win. You know, he'll talk to Barcelo. He's like, hey, Alex, just tell me what you want me to do. You want me to come ball screen? You want me to come offensive rebound? I'll do whatever it takes to help this team win. And his confidence is just growing. He's just, I mean, I love being around that kid. He's a pleasure to coach and be around every single day, just because he's one of those guys who just wants to get better and he just wants to win.
You guys took a jump in the adjusted winning percentage. You're clear of Pepperdine by way more than you were before, yet you kind of don't know what you need to do this week to maintain the 2 seed. And if Gonzaga ends up opting out, you could be the 1 seed, right? So what's that like as a staff as you try and navigate that? Obviously, it's like, let's just win and we're probably good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing we're like, I mean, I told you last time I was on here, we look at those numbers. We care about all those. That matters to us. We want to be the best, right? So all that stuff matters. And when we look at some of these things that they're, you know, the league's doing a little bit, we're just like, the only thing we can control right now is us taking care of these 2 games right here in front of us. And that's all our players are focused on. That's all our staff is focused on, is playing our best against San Francisco and St. Mary's and kind of go from there.
Cody Fueger on BYU Sports Nation. 1 year ago today, I know you remember this day well, BYU knocks off Gonzaga at home in what Mark Pope called the most epic senior night in the history of BYU basketball. Cody, what memories are top of mind when I say 1 year anniversary of BYU knocking off number 2 Gonzaga?
It was a really special night, right? I mean, I just remember 60 minutes before the game and the Rock was in there and they were rolling, and Sean Farnham was right there, and just like, wow, this is absolutely incredible. There's so many moments from at the end of the game, from Connor driving it in, passing it to Yoli with his big dunk. I'm thinking of Jake Toulson shooting it from, 35 feet, 40 feet, just banging it in front of everybody.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story there, Cody.
and then I'm thinking of TJ Hawes just being a monster that entire game, where he kind of, won the game for us offensively and defensively the first, 7 minutes of the game. And then Zach Sellius, small boying, I forget who it was who was trying to guard him. And there's just so many great things. Dalton Nixon checking into the end of the game.
Yeah, it was crazy. And Petrushev got, quote, shoved in the back so hard that he left the NCAA. He just went back to Europe. It was a great night. You had 3 notable seniors, obviously, that you just mentioned. They graduate. There's no way you reload, right? You guys did it. You brought in Matt Harms. You brought in Brandon Averitt. Alex Barcelo becomes kind of the alpha male of this team. And now these 3 seniors, they can come back if they want. I'm going to assume they're just not. If they do, I'll be surprised. But on Saturday, they play their final home game here in the Marriott Center, hopefully in front of some fans. What have these 3 meant to the program this year?
I mean, I'll first start with Brandon Averitt, who's just been like, I just want to be a part of winning. I just want to do whatever I can, whatever it takes to help this program take another step. And he's been so much, and his family from Dallas are so supportive to him and this program, and Brandon brings so much, and Matt Harms, he's just like, hey, what Matt Harms shows is that we can beat out the blue bloods and in recruiting, and he's going to come here and be successful, and that's been a huge step for our program where he's gotten better. And then with Alex Barcelo is just like, he's just been such a monster and a leader, and he just wanted to lead as soon as those guys kind of took off. Alex Barcelo just like, hey, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna take another step, and it's been really special for all of us. And as a staff, we kind of sit back in awe a little bit and just proud of what these guys are doing.
Cody, for the record, we're not opposed to Matt Harms and Brandon Averitt and Alex Barcelo coming back for another year. In fact, with Averitt and Harms, do you ever show them footage of that Gonzaga win just to say, this is what it potentially could be like next year once things get back to normal? Is that something that could lure them back?
Oh yeah, come on, the Rock, the fans here. That's why these guys wanted to come here in the first place. Yeah, I mean, we'd love a shot. We want to do whatever's best for those guys and for their futures. That's first and foremost for us here. And then second, yeah, if that's coming back, let's go. We're happy to have them back and to play in front of the Rock and play another year for Coach Pope. And I think it'd be beneficial for all.
And if you have 16 scholarship, that would also be beneficial, right?
Yeah. Semantics.
Need you guys to start donating.
Hey, we're all in. Let's go.
Semantics. We're all about it. Hey, here's to more success, West Coast Conference championships, and an approaching bowl cut, Cody. It's great to talk to you, man.
Appreciate you having me on.
Cody Fueger on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why we show how.